Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of LEC Review. This time we will be going through what happened during week 2 of the LEC Summer split. Yo, I'm filming a video, bro. No, listen, Fnatic already played. No, dude, if you want to know what happened to Fnatic, you need to go through my video, bro. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is time to have a look at what happened during week 2 of the LEC Summer split. Week 2, day 1 started with a match between SK Gaming and Team BDS. The game began well for BDS with the Syndra Sejuani duo picking up first blood on mid. Around the 18th minute, the French Orc found a nice team fight around the Herald, securing the objective as well as 4 kills. The Spring Split finalists continue to push their advantage forward, taking down objectives around the map and creating a nearly 5k gold lead until the 20th minute. After getting the Baron buff and the Dragon Soul, BDS had no problems dominantly closing the game.
To buy some time for SK, but it might be too little, it might be too late, it might just about be done. He's down, followed by Irrelevant. The next is surely to fall. Glacial Prison used once more beautifully by Sheo. Team BDS have been in control from minute 1. They take down SK.
Match number 2 saw the bottom seeded Excel fighting against the top seeded Team Heretics. The game started similarly to the SK BDS matchup, with the red-sided mid duo of Team Heretics fighting first blood. Both teams remained proactive and forced several skirmishes around the map. Excel started to come out on top, and after they secured the third dragon around the 18th minute with 3 kills in the subsequent fight, they created a 4k gold lead for themselves. While Fnatic did everything possible to maintain his team in the game, Excel was simply better on the day. Led by Patrick, who finished the game with a 6-1-9 scoreline, Excel found their first win of summer. Game 3 faced Fnatic and Koi. This match was particularly important for both supports, Trimby and Advin, as they were traded during the offseason and were facing their former teams. The game did not offer any surprising picks, with both teams opting for comfort. Around the 9th minute, Koi started the Herald, but Fnatic took advantage of the space given to them, stealing the objective and winning the subsequent fight. The game did not look particularly promising from this moment onwards for Koi, who showed some oopsies, such as this one.
Azork gonna get body slammed when he's invincible, because again I think it's
What did he stop push? What did he stop push? Why did he stop push?
It was the worst stopwatch I've seen in years! Shigenda now running. It was a prank, bro. Let him leave. It was a prank.
I was just kidding, guys. Please, no, the knock-up. He flashed into it. He flashed into the knock-up.
Oh!
What?
The rest of the game went under Fnatic's control, with the team acing their opponents in the 16th minute. Fnatic maintained control and showed superior coordination and objective game. 28 minutes were needed for the Black and Orange team to enter their opponent's base, and just 2 more to close the game and secure win number 3 on the board. The fourth game of the day offered a derby between Team Vitality and G2 Esports. The Bees are struggling this split, and things, well, did not get better for them. Perks and company looked disjointed and were lacking coordination and team play. G2 took advantage of the mistakes from their opponents and secured a 2k gold lead by the 15th minute. The Warriors remained in full control, not giving anything to their opponents, and finished the game in 26 minutes.
Too far ahead. It is an effortless close as they take their time in the enemy base. They're setting up curtains. They're hanging new drapes. They're renting it out to new tenants.
They're subletting.
Time here is done. They're making a killing. Their landlord status highly immoral. It's not stopping them.
What a great game from G2. I mean, Vitality had a couple windows here.
The final match of the day faced Astralis and Mad Lions. The game started well for the blue-sided team, with Astralis securing first blood and the Herald. A little later, Matt's creative ideas led to a pick in the blue side jungle. It seemed like Astralis thought they could respond by forcing a 3 vs 4, but in the end, it was the Lions coming out on top. The red-sided team continued to push its advantage forward, winning fight after fight. After losing the Baron, Astralis couldn't stand for much longer. One more team fight in the 26th minute was all the Lions needed to march into their enemies' base and extend their winning streak.
Astralis decimated here in this game. Mad Lions will remain undefeated in the LEC, chasing him and knock him as far back into his base as he can, and Niski goes gold and flashes back out to safety.
The second day of matches started with a game between Excel and Team BDS. Patrick and Limit were close to finding first blood on Labrov, but BDS's support showed superior footing, literally dancing around his turret and allowing for his top laner to TP and secure a double kill. Aside from the early bot lane blunder, the blue-sided team remained calm and played well the macro game, securing 3 Drakes and several towers. However, the match remained close. Excel secured the second Baron, but a massive Cassante ultimate by Adam brought Patrick straight into the arms of BDS. Abadage and Peach tried to save their AD carry, but this led to them dying and the French orcs securing the Elder Dragon. With the addition of the execution buff, BDS tried to break Excel's base open, but Abadage and company stood tall and successfully defended. The game was eventually decided by a fight around the Dragon Pit, with Excel clutching the objective, acing their opponents, and successfully ending their walk through hell to secure their second win of the week. Match 2 had Astralis and Vitality coming out on the Rift. The draft looked particularly interesting, with Leader opting for a Yasuo mid and pairing it up with Rakan and Gragas for additional knockup. The game was relatively slow for the LEC standards, with not much happening until the 20th minute mark. Then Astralis saw an opportunity to engage, but the turn from Vitality was more than good, with the Beast securing 2 kills. This led to the Baron going in their favor, but the game was not over. An overstep on the side of Photon led to a disaster for Vitality, with the team losing all its members and the Baron buff. Astralis grabbed this opportunity and did not let it slip away. The team continued to find favorable fights, which also allowed them to secure the second Baron. While Vitality tried to come back, the knock-up Yasuo composition was just too much to handle, and the game ended in 35 minutes, bringing another loss to Vitality.
Their dead timers though. It was a valiant effort from Kaiser and Photon, but not enough as Astralis go 2 and 3.
The next match faced Team Heretics and Koi. The Sejuani finding first blood on mid, trend continued with Marlang and Larsen opening against VTO. The teams were proactive throughout the early game, forcing skirmishes around the map and trying desperately to find kills. A good call on the side of Heretics to start the Baron baited Koi into entering the river, which eventually led to Com and Advine going down. This gave Baron 1 to Team Heretics, but they didn't manage to utilize it to the best extent possible. The game remained close until the 32nd minute, when Koi found a gap and took the second Baron, right under Team Heretics' nose. It looked as if Koi would also find the Dragon Soul, but a clutch steal from Yakas remained the hopes of a turnaround for his team alive. Unfortunately for Team Heretics' jungler, the comeback never materialized and Koi got away with the win.
Immediately trying to get to the backside, trying to get onto Flacken, but Gwen again immune, going golden on the stopwatch. 5 members of Koi here. Flacken will not be enough. He's doing a lot of damage, but there's too many members of Koi standing. Vamos Koi, baby! Taking the win over Team Heretics.
In the next game, G2 was looking to solidify its place at the top of the standings by taking down a struggling SK. The Warriors opted for a Kog'Maw Brown bot lane against the meta-strong Aphelios Lulu. While G2 was the heavy favorite, SK came to play. By the 15th minute, the red-sided team was 1.5k gold ahead, with the Warriors still to find their first kill. SK continued to press forward and even secured themselves a Baron. However, SK became eager, over-pushing and getting punished. With several shutdowns and additional gold in the pocket of Hans Sama, G2 found their way back into the game thanks to a massive damage per second coming out of the spitting dog. With Kog'Maw hitting the 3-item power spike, there was nothing more for SK to do apart from just watching G2 coming back from a massive goal deficit and stealing the game that was pretty much done. The final game of the day faced a hot-looking Fnatic who took on Mad Lions. Oscarinen looked sharp on K'Sante after he found a solo bolo first blood against his counterpart Chasey. The problems continued for Mad after Noah and Trimby found a bot lane kill in a 2 vs 2 situation. Fnatic continued to look strong, showing better individual and team play on several occasions. After getting the Baron a little after the 20th minute, the black and orange players extended their advantage even further, making the game impossible for the Lions to play. Led by Noah, who finished with 8-0 and 6 scoreline, Fnatic 2 took down their opponents in little over 28 minutes and found themselves in the fight for first place in the league.
Inside the Mad Lions and G2 Esports.
So ladies and gentlemen, it was about time to set the end of week 3 with 5 more matches. Team Heretics were in danger of going 0-3 this week after they secured 3 consecutive wins during week 1. The game started with a 2 vs 2 brawl towards the top side of the map, which went in favor of the Heretics. BDS didn't give up and continued to force plays this time towards the opposite side of the map. While things were not looking promising for Team Heretics after Flacket was killed, VTO came in clutch with a massive 3-man Nico ult to flip the fight in his favor. The teams remained proactive and continued to brawl around the map, utilizing the TPs and trading blow for blow. Both teams continued to fight, but around the 20th minute mark, it was once again VTO on his Nico who used his ultimate perfectly to take down Shio and Nuke, which led to the Baron going in the hands of Team Heretics. To make things even worse for BDS, Yankas managed to steal away the 4th Dragon, which gave the Infernal Soul to his team. After taking the 2nd Baron, the advantage became too much for BDS to handle and the game ended in 33 minutes. After a difficult week 1 with no wins found, Excel was now on the verge of going 3-0, but the task ahead consisted of beating our current LEC champions, Mad Lions. A prolonged team fight early, initiated by Peach, led to Mad securing first blood and 2 additional kills. Excel though did not leave things unanswered, with Patrick being the main driving force for the team. The match continued to be close. Around the 21st minute, Excel took a risky call and initiated the Baron after taking some of their opponents' health bars low. However, Carzzy still had to say his last word and decided to send a not super mega death rocket, but one that hit its target on time and stole the Baron. Even though Matt secured the first and later the 2nd Baron, Excel remained in control, fighting picks and playing the side lane control perfectly to stay out the game and buy as much time as possible. Around the 35th minute, both teams brawled in front of the Baron pit. Matt played their cards to perfection, protecting Carzzy and giving its AD carry enough space to comfortably deal damage and kill Abadage, Patrick and Limit. With the 3rd Baron buff in their hands, Matt started their march towards Excel's Nexus, but little did they know what was about to happen. The Lions felt like the game was already over after Peach and Oduamne were the only players standing and decided to push for the end. However, miraculously and with the help of just the revived Limit, Excel punished Mad Lions and killed them. This allowed the red-sided team to split its focus and go for the Baron and the Mountain Soul simultaneously. The Draven Leona duo barely secured the purple worm, but on the opposite side of the map, it was Niski's TF Smite that denied the Dragon Soul. Matz's heroic efforts to win the game continued in the defense of their base, but a massive 3-man Shurima shuffle denied TF's Fate's Call, which allowed Patrick to deal tons of damage, remain alive, and secure a hard-fought win for his team. With the Nexus going down, Excel completed its quest to go 3-0 in week 2.
Rags to riches! Go 3-0 on the week!
What a turnaround weekend from XL, 3-0 in week 2.
So after the banger we saw last game, it was about time for G2 to cement their place on top of the board with a potential win against Astralis. Finn started strong with a highlight 2 versus 1 outplay against Broken Blade and Yike.
Say it.
I'm there with you.
Thrown down. As all of a sudden, Broken Blade and Finn dropping low. Finn is now backed up. Here comes Yike. That's already the kill in what's turned into a 1v2.
He has no flash.
Cassante doing Cassante things, and Yike can do naught but step for his life. Pull backwards. Double kill.
Apart from this play, the game did not offer many fights, but instead the teams focused on playing the objective game. G2 came out as better in this endeavor, securing 2 dragons, 3 towers, and the Baron until the 25th minute. A little over 2 more minutes was all the Warriors needed to close things out and secure first place in the league. Game 4 had a struggling SK who were looking to avoid missing LEC groups by finishing in last place, taking on Koi. The game started perfectly for Irrelevant, who secured 2 kills on top against Shigenda. SK continued to move forward with its advantage by securing the Herald and all outer turrets. Even though the red-sided team had a solid gold advantage, Koi found their way back into the game, making it dead even. A team fight that went SK's way allowed them to secure their 3rd dragon and subsequently the Baron buff. A mistake from Warson, who got caught and killed on mid, pulled the trigger for SK to start their march and take over their opponent's base, finishing the game with a win and maintaining chances for reaching groups. The last game of the day offered a match between Fnatic and Vitality, who were fighting for 2 completely different things. FNC was looking to join G2 on top and secure a spot in the LEC Summer groups, while Vitality wanted to avoid a 4th consecutive loss, which would have placed them in 10th place. The game offered some interesting picks, with Razork going for the birthday boy Amumu, while Perks opted for Static Shift Varus mid. The sad mummy seemed as happy as ever, especially after fighting first blood early and securing a double in the following fight on mid. Razork seemed unstoppable, being all around the map and successfully initiating winning plays for his team. Bro struggled massively, being shut down on every occasion, while the coordination between Vitality's players was simply non-existent. Led by their jungler and AD carry, Fnatic dominated over their counterparts and secured a spot among Europe's top 8 teams.
Ace for Noah. Fnatic will take down Vitality. And for the first time in 2023, I get to say the following words. Fnatic advanced to groups!
So, ladies and gentlemen, this was everything that happened throughout week 2. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did so, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel to see my future videos. I'm doing those with a big amount of pleasure, so make sure to follow me and support me so that I can keep dishing this content out for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe and take care.